Then you ask one question at a time so that others will also have the opportunity. And raise your hand if you have any question, please, and I'll be able to point out. Thank you. We begin. Any questions? Yes, my brother.
Come closer.
You can come closer.
So that we hear.
Right up. If the government?
Thank you. We are always positive. We just cannot sit down and say, if government ignores A, B, and C. That will come out. You come to know it when that happens. But we are positive that government will give every citizen open ears to whatever petition or complaints they have. That's what we are positive about. If any other thing happens, as usual, we will avail ourselves and we will tell you what next we will do. I have told you that this is the beginning of a process. So we will not preempt what we will do, but whatever, every stage will come in. But for us, we are positive and we believe and sincerely believe that government would positively look at its citizens for the?
To the victims.
Unless you tell me the recommendations of the TRRC, whether we are going to, before you say we are going to implement or not to implement, we know what is there. We don't know. So I cannot tell you whether we are going to implement or not to implement. But I think your concern actually is if we come to government and we have the victims of the TRRC, whether we are going to throw them away or we are going to do anything about it. What is clear is victims of these people, certainly the victims of the TRRC, of some of the atrocities, are Gambians. They deserve a right. Even now, we want genuine victims to have reparations taken care of and all other things. What we differ actually is, somebody comes to the TRRC and tells you that Babili Mansa or the head of state or this one is the one who asked me to do A, B, and C. Anybody. No justification, no other witnesses, no collaboration, nothing. And you take that as the truth. Is that sensible? So if tomorrow somebody goes to the TRRC and says President Barrow is the one who asked us to kill Haruna Jatta, just because of that he should be punished? What we are saying is, let's establish the facts as per the laws of the Gambia, and honestly and sincerely, by honest and sincere people who can be trusted. And then we move forward. We are not saying that we were here for 22 years, we made no errors. Which government in the world will you see that? Anywhere in the world. No government, nowhere in the world. No perfection of human endeavor. All what we are saying is, let's know our weaknesses and our limitations so that Gambians will learn from it, and we try to avoid a recurrence, and those who were illegally victimized be taken care of. We are not opposed to that. But we don't want it to be used to satisfy the inner interest of individuals to victimize others. We say no. That's all what we are saying.
Thank you. Yes, Omar. Can you come closer so that we can hear you? Yes.
Omar, come closer.
Come closer.
Omar Bas, Standard News.
My first question is regards to petition. Petition was coming after the TRRC is about to submit, or after the TRRC's process, and now about to submit recommendations to next Friday. The question is, this petition is don't you think the APRC is beating off on their house after this thing is already, the TRC have already done its work and its house? Don't you think the party is beating off their house? Let me just start this.
No, one by one.
One at a time.
Now, let's make it clear. I said it, I don't know whether you misunderstood me. This petition has nothing to do about the recommendations that are to be received on Friday. I've said that very clear. This is about holistically observing the process of the TRRC, the appointments, the behavior, the processes, etc. As per our constitution, and we are quoting those things to make sure that those things are taken into cognition, and then therefore, if those things stand, it means the report of the TRRC is null and void. Because anything that's instituted contrary to the constitution is illegal. And anything illegal cannot be accepted by government. That's our position on this one. Now, whether it's the same government that instituted the TRRC, we are aware that it's government that instituted it as per the laws of the Gambia. But it's government that does things and they are taken to court and they are proven to be wrong. It's parliament that makes laws and it is challenged at the Supreme. That's all we are saying.
Thank you.
So we have no fears about that.
Yes. Omar Steele.
That cannot be established by an illegal institution. I have said it. We, at the onset, when they were saying that the Ghana Commission was almost failing and they are saying the TRRC would be the killer blow, we came out and said clearly and categorically that we are in support of a TRRC to investigate into the 22 years of the APRC with the sole objective of establishing the truth, reconcile Gambians, and ensure reparations. We said it clearly. But it should be done by honest and reliable people. You are saying the APRC. If by the provisions we quoted for you, you may not be APRC. And it is found out that these people were illegally put in place. Will you support them because of some of the alleged violations they made? Anything that is not legal ends in the waste paper basket. Anything that's not legal. If it is legal, then we go into the issues. We are now telling you the illegality of it. If it is illegal, then the whole process is out. It means you either put up another legal entity to do the find out. We are not opposed to finding out. And the find out must be merited. It must be factual. It must be established. Remember, a commission of inquiry is not a court. It only has the powers of a court as regards ensuring witnesses come and do and that and that. But you are not in a court of law. You don't have a defense. At the end, you can only make recommendations. It's government's prerogative to look at those recommendations that will ensure reconciliation and stability, and also to at least help the victims. That's government's function. But where you are doing your own report and you are even threatening government that it should implement these things that are yet to be known. And you are a member of the TRRC. We don't expect those things to happen. Don't be prejudiced by the fact that we are APRC. We are citizens, and we want good for this country. We don't want Gambian citizens to be butchered or to be killed or to be provoked. We don't want it. If it happened, let's establish the truth. No problems. But the truth must be established based on law and by honest people. That's what we are saying. So this is not our first statement to say that we support the TRRC, but we encourage that it be done as per the law and to be done by people. We have a lot of Gambians who are intellectuals, who are seasoned, who are straightforward, who are honest. They are here, who are not partisan. We have them. Why not those people? Why should you be taking your family friend to come up? Why? On a national issue. So that's our position.
Thank you very much. I'll take 2 questions. It's approaching prayer time, and we'll call it a day. I'll take one from Fatu, and I'll take another from Sankule. 1 each. Then we call it off. Yes.
What will you do if the international body put pressure on the TRRC for the report? What will you do? And number 2 question.
One by one.
I'll give you one.
Question, no, it's the same question. And the other thing, Monica, right now, because we coalition between APRC and NPP. Ma bëgg a xam ndax loolu am na nga leeralal ñu ko su amee tam APRC moo fiir parce que yéen a fi NPP moo fi génnee ki nga xam ne mooy Yaya Jammeh ndax NPP ñoo fiir parce que seen gannaaw moo lam.
I will answer the second one. He will handle your first question.
You see, I'm even shocked and disturbed that an independent sovereign country as the Gambia, you are telling us international pressure. The United States of upon and killed people who are in Guantanamo Bay. We are aware they were lobbying even the National Assembly members, even trying to force them to put into law what will suit Gambians. Do we go to tell them what laws for them to make? Are they not repatriating our Gambians here as per their laws? What is happening? For us, that is the thought of those who don't belong to the APRC. APRC, we don't think about international pressure. We think about the interests of Gambians first. That's our policy. 2, if anything happens, I said this is the beginning and not the end. We will do anything that is humanly possible as per the laws of this Gambia to ensure we establish and ensure that our rights are protected as citizens of this country. So for me to tell me international pressure, we will expect that you will always be under pressure. And Gambia will always be like this. We will not move until we take our independence. We can work with countries. We can partner with countries. We cannot be an island. But we are a sovereign, independent state that is charged to ensure the best interest of not any other person, but the people of the Gambia. Thank you.
Thank you.
As regards, what is the other one?
The second one is about NPP. I can handle that. You relax.
No, you see, I don't want us, Dudu,
Okay.
I don't want us to go into the issue of this partnership.
Yeah.
Because what is happening is, APRC had been talking with political parties, it had not been an issue. We had been talking. Nobody came to us and said, we understand you are talking with GDC or GANU or these people. No.
Because NPP,
Do NPP genuine. NPP is not the one, the coalition led us out. So what we are saying is, why is it a concern that APRC, NPP is the issue? Why should that be a concern? Why is it a threat?
Can I add on
And
that?
for us, you see, for us.
For the victims, it can be, a threat to them because
For the
victims of,
No, just listen. Yeah, the victims of the TRA, it can be a threat. What can be a threat?
like the implementation of the TRC recommendation.
So if the APRC, for instance, goes with Barrow, therefore it can be a threat to the victims.
For them, they are seeing it like that. I'm not talking on their behalf.
You are. Just hold on. No. Yeah, you are talking, therefore you are speaking on their behalf, what you heard from them. Yeah, this is what you are saying. Just hold on. Don't dislodge yourself. You might have heard it from them, or they told you as a journalist, and now you are putting it to us. So you are saying it on their behalf. No. Please.
No.
Now you have the right to defend them.
A message.
You have the right to defend. No, you even have the right to defend what you believe is right. All right? We have no qualms. What we are saying is Gambia is about 2 million people. How many millions or hundreds of thousands are victims? 2. Have we told you? Somebody asked a question here about victims, like when we come to power. What did I respond?
They are Gambian.
We take care of every Gambian. And we believe that the truth should be established. Those who have been victimized should have reparation. So, with that, should that be a problem for us if we choose to go into partnership with NPP? We have a right. We cannot impose it on anybody. We have a right to go into partnership with GDC, with GANU, with any other political party. We had never been emotional. With all what happened to us over these 4 years by the coalition, have you ever seen us disrespect the authority? Have you ever seen us do insults, disrespect? That is not APRC. We have faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and in what we believe in. And we know that only Allah wills. No other person wills. You can only talk about your opinion. So I expected people are going to ask about this NPP APRC. We'll come out with a press conference, specifically on those issues. What my question actually is, why too much with NPP? NPP is a new party. Why are people so worried with NPP and not with other political parties? You want us to believe that APRC, where we think our interest is, we should put it aside and go for the interest of our enemies? As a party, when they went into coalition to remove us from power, people who were all disoriented from the left to the right came together. So for us, we don't have permanent enemies in politics. Those who have witch-hunted us, those who have bullied us, it is something that had happened. Your best enemy today can be your worst enemy. Your best friend today can be your best enemy tomorrow in politics. Your best friend today can be your worst enemy tomorrow.
The prosecution of APRC, but in the placards I've seen something that spoke about the platform not a platform for seeking popularity for president. What do you mean by that? Can you please clear that for us? And if you said the recommendation should be thrown in the dustbin, you've highlighted that some people came to the commission and confessed. What would you say into issues like that? Because if you throw the recommendations, they might not be prosecuted.
No, if they are to be prosecuted, they should be prosecuted legally. Even if they have done worse than that, it should be legal. If it is not legal, it's not good. This is the land of laws and the Constitution. What we are saying, we are not saying nothing happened. We are saying it should be done legally. Anything not legal, waste paper basket. Or you want to believe something different, that illegal things should be taken? No, okay. All right, so that one is clear. All right, you talked about... Yeah, I can just throw you light. SFL had made... before you conclude that, you are looking for political leadership. Just imagine that. And you are somebody who was part of the AFPRC, who the people who coined those laws or decrees, who had benefited from the finest of the junta. You come back, at least after this process, for you to be morally decent. You cannot just come out and say, me, I want to be president, I want to be leader. He had made mention of it. You know it.
Thank you, Sankule.
You know it.
Let's
not beat about. Yes, that is more, for me, I will have chosen that to do that. I want to be cleaned up for people to know that I have not done this for any other ulterior motive, but to satisfy the needs of the Gambian people. But you use it as a platform to think people would say, oh, this was the one who was shouting all those things about democracy and human rights. A complicit person in the whole process. That's some of the things we meant.
Thank you, Honorable. We definitely want to apologize. This is not our bureau. The police gave us 2 hours. We don't want to go beyond that. We are respecting the time and the laws put across to us. So we want to apologize for any inconvenience. When we organize our own press conference, we'll give you all the time you need to ask any question. We don't put restrictions to what you want to ask, but bear with us that it's a time frame that was allocated for us and it's almost exhausted. We don't want to be found wanting by what the police has allocated to us. So once again, we apologize to all of you if you have a question and it cannot be put across and it is not answered. But to tell you about NPP, APRC, the noise has been going on. When we were in government, we did alliances. And the first word for our party says alliance. And if 2016 they could do an alliance to uproot us, is it a crime for us to do an alliance? So I think it is our right as Gambians, as a political party. Nobody outside the frame of APRC will advise us what to do. We have seasoned politicians that nobody in this country dare to challenge him. We made that open and engaged media. Whoever wants a debate is available, but nobody shows up. Politically, we are not a novice in politics. We know what is best for our party, and that's what we are going to pursue for the greater good of Gambia, not only APRC. So we have every right to do a coalition with any party.
And not distract. Nobody can distract us.
Thank you for coming. People can take to social media, do Facebook Live, say whatever, but the decision rests with the National Executive Committee. That is as plain as black and white. Whoever doesn't want to swallow that, we also respect your opinion. And we're not going to push and pull with anybody. The party has a leadership, and the leadership will make the decision, and we are all going to follow. Whoever wants to be an exception, we will recognize your rights and your freedom. The party belongs to all of us, and we will forever be APRC. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Fatia. Can you make Fatia before we